I am here in the new Snapshot 20W19A, and look at this. That is right, Blackstone, but we are not in a basalt delta. We are just in like a normal crimson forest, maybe on the edge of this soul sand valley, and who knows, is this badly? I don't know what biome we're in, but we have Blackstone in a biome that is everywhere. So Blackstone everywhere, all in the newest Snapshot 20W19A. Before we get started in today's video, big thank you to those of you who are YouTube members. They've clicked the join button to learn more and are playing on my very own server. That is a Java server. If you can't give back by becoming a member, don't worry, subscribing is amazing. So please subscribe, turn on notifications for more Snapshot news. So here we are inside of Minecraft, and like I've been mentioning in the title, everything, this is a Snapshot 20W19A development build of Minecraft. And I will be honest, this Snapshot does not have a ton of new things. We are getting smaller and smaller update, it feels like, between the few, the last 3 weeks have been sort of smaller snapshots. And so we'll show you everything that's in it. My hope is that that means that we're getting closer and closer to maybe pre-releases. Maybe we're getting to the point of the game actually coming out on the launcher, so it's not just development builds, but the actual release. That would be incredible. I know that you guys who don't do snapshots and who sort of just watch this stuff for the news and wait until it actually hits the launcher for real have been so excited about the Nether update, and as you should be. It is a fantastic update. So this is a big change, is that now inside of the walls there are patches of gravel, so you can see some gravel over here, and also Blackstone. So I've used a command to delete all of the netherrack, and when you do that, it kind of causes a lot of lava to flow as well. But you can see that I found some Blackstone and some gravel here. When I first saw the blog post and it said there's patches of this stuff around, I thought it'd just be like sort of on the ground. And I swear, I was like flying around for like 10 minutes looking around for patches. Where are the patches of gravel and Blackstone? I don't understand, but they're patches sort of like how there are patches of the quartz or patches of the gold ore. So inside of the walls, if you are digging, you can find gravel and you can find Blackstone. So far, the Blackstone, oh look, there's ancient debris. Well, I don't mind if I do. So far, all the Blackstone that I found has been pretty low to the Nether. I don't know if that has anything to do with the generation of it, or if that is just, you know, me getting lucky and finding it lower instead of higher in the world on the y-axis here. Yeah, I have found none up here near the ceiling, but let's go down below. We are in a Nether wastes biome, and I'm just gonna kind of head way down here. And oh, position, I'm out of this world. Look at that. Oh yeah, see, look at that. Holy moly. I immediately found a ton of stuff. So it looks like near the bottom of the world is where this is generating a lot more frequently, so that if you want Blackstone, this is awesome, because if you have been searching for a basalt delta in order to get the Blackstone so that you can make stone tools and furnaces and that sort of stuff, well, now you don't actually have to go exploring all that much. You could just go down to the bottom of the world, sort of like you're mining, like you're actually, you know, Minecraft mining, and look for some Blackstone and some gravel so that you can get started immediately without needing to go searching for the basalt deltas, which I've done that and it is not easy. So this makes it much simpler in order to get just basic materials, basic stone. Look, you can see this lava level has a little bit of Blackstone poking out, and you can also see some of the gravel. So basically at the lava lake level, you're going to start finding this stuff that is just based off of happenstance and my own sort of, you know, just fumbling around. That's how it seems like it's generating. But that is a big upgrade for those of you who want to survive and thrive in the Nether and don't ever want to go to the overworld. If you're having trouble finding a basalt delta, you can just mine it up from the bottom of the Nether. Now, soul sand valleys work a little bit differently, and it mentions that patches of soul sand now generate in the soul sand valleys. So we're going to do the same technique here and just look into the walls. We're looking into the walls and seeing if we can see anything just from these first few things. That was from the outside, so that doesn't count. Let's head down to the bottom and see if we find anything quicker. Okay, we're down here at the bottom. Boop. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, so, oh, and we get, I can't tell. Oh my gosh, I need a, the lava. So let's take just a look at this. I am in the, where's my biome? Soul Sand Valley. Still in the Soul Sand Valley. So Soul Sand Valley, not only does it get the Blackstone and the gravel, but it also gets soul sand mixed in there. So it has an additional soul sand patches inside of the world generation. There is a new statistic. You get to this by going to your game menu, and underneath back to game is the statistic button. Most people don't ever click that, especially if you're on Java. But anyway, distance by strider is a new statistic. I have moved 0 centimeters by strider. So let's go over here. Let's saddle one up, sit on him, and then actually start moving. And while we're moving, well, I wanted it to keep going, but I guess not because I paused the game. But here we go. Distance by strider. Wait, 0? I am definitely striding right now. Maybe I have to get off. Okay, I'm off of him. Maybe I don't have to fly. Maybe I should, like, be on him. What is this? What is this game? I was so excited about distance by, there we go. Okay, 52. Perfect. So now it seems to be working. So that is a new statistic. And for all of you stat nerd, I'm having a real hard time trying to make this sound like super exciting. You have a new statistic. And like I said, this is a pretty small snapshot, and that's it for new features. So let's talk about some changes. Now villagers can spawn iron golems regardless of their profession status or their last work time. So before, you needed to create an iron golem farm. You wanted to have a profession station and make sure that they worked in it often. And now I guess that's no longer the case. You don't need that for an iron golem farm. I do also know that there is a issue with sleeping, and if they can see, say, like a creature that they don't like. So there are still mechanics there that need to be worked around for an iron golem farm, but the specific mechanic of profession status and last work time, that no longer applies. So they will generate these iron golems. That is nice, not just for iron golem farms, but general welfare of a village, just a vanilla non-modified village, because some, say, nitwit villagers or villagers that don't have a job, then they couldn't spawn iron golems because they didn't have a job to work and they couldn't do anything. So if they saw something that would be attacking the village, they wouldn't spawn those iron golems, and it wouldn't protect the village more than they should have. So that has been fixed. Bastion remnants now spawn less frequently. So if you find them, they are a lot more rare than they have been in the past. That happens a lot, that when developing something, they will bump the spawn rate up to sort of see how it might break the game, see what they may bump into and that sort of thing. So now that has been reduced. So these are a lot more rare if you come across one in your normal Minecraft world. Weeping vines and twisting vines. So this is the twisting vine variety. When you bone meal them, they grow, but that has been nerfed. So they won't grow as much as they used to, although this seems pretty similar to how much they grew in the past. I kind of felt this way from the very beginning, that they grow a little bit too much. Maybe just even a single block would be enough. Maybe every once in a while you get 2, but sometimes it feels like they jump like 5 blocks up into the air. But that has been reduced. So that is true with, like I said, these twisting vines, but also the weeping vines that are in the crimson forest, the red forests. So Nether Sprouts, which are these little grass-like looking things, you can now use shears. Well, I'm in creative, so that's not gonna work. All right, let's try this again. You can use shears, there you go, to get the Nether Sprouts as an item. What's interesting is that the warped roots here, you can get those just by breaking the block underneath them. So it acts a lot more like a flower does, which I've always felt is incorrect. I feel like these aren't very flower-like in their appearance, but you can always get the warped roots that way. you don't have to use shears for those, but this is how you get the Nether Sprouts, is with shears. Also, the mob spawning of various things. Your hand just disappears when you're holding Nether Sprouts because they're so itty bitty down there. Anyway, the mob spawning has changed to more closely adhere to mob caps. So all of the crazy mobness that you may have experienced, it's not really crazy. They're just a little bit higher than normal. That is now reduced, which is another indication maybe we're getting closer to release. There have been some bug changes, bug fixes, I should say, changes. It's kind of what it are, bug changes. You just get rid of some bugs and you add new bugs. One of which makes me very sad, is that the clock and the compass, and I haven't picked up any iron, so it's not gonna show up in my thing. Okay, now that I have some iron, inside of your recipe book, you could always see a preview of what you're going to craft. You know, obviously that's an icon of a shield, so you know you're gonna make a shield. But the clock and the compass both worked inside of this menu. So if you were inside of, say, a PvP match and you didn't want to dig all the way up to see if it was day or night, you could just click a crafting table, open your recipe book, and search for the recipe to see if it was day or night, because that would actually animate like the real item. And that has been fixed. So now those are just static icons, which kind of makes me sad because I used that feature a lot and it now will not work in 1.16. The shield use statistic has been fixed. It wasn't working before. That is a big one for those people who were using that statistic to do command block sort of thing. So that is a big bug that has been fixed. And also, whenever you had the levitation and you were using elytra, the levitation would have no effect. So that has also been fixed. There's of course a ton more bugs that have been fixed. Big props to the developers for squishing all of those bugs in the code. And that wraps it up for this snapshot. Really, the biggest things was that we have patches of Blackstone. We have patches of Blackstone. That's really the big one. That's basically what this snapshot gave us. Does that mean that I really hope, because these are getting so feature light, that this is getting closer and closer to the actual release of the game. But obviously I have no idea that we could have a thing next week that's like some crazy new society with new mobs and everything. We have no idea what is in stock, but it gives me some hope that we're going to get an actual release soon. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMG Craft. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a big ol' thumbs up. Like I mentioned before, please subscribe to the channel for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye!